Okay, so going to show you how to set up one of these Symetrix Prisms for control programming. So Dave Petrelli made this DSP file. The software is Composer. We're using version 7.0. This is for USCG. It's a divide combined space. So there's a couple of different units in here. We'll look at just this CyberLab for right now. So we would double click here, and we're looking to set up program volume controls and speech volume controls so that we can control it through the control system. So over here is the volume. Double click on that. These Dave has already set up. Now we just need to add a couple of things in here to make it so that it's actually controllable. So what we do is over here under control modules, we're going to go to inputs and control processes. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring a 1 fader in. We're also going to bring a 1 scaler in. We're just going to label this for now over here as speech fader. The label doesn't really matter at all. And then we'll just say speech scaler. But you kind of want to label these first because you'll see it makes it easier to find them in the list. Then we're just going to click this in this and connect this fader to this scaler. So if we open up the scaler here and the fader, just so you know, we can hit Control F7 to bring everything out. When this is connected and online, it will all update because we connected them together. So what happens here is you're going to leave the input from 0 to 100% always, and the output, you can change this. This is pretty much like setting minimums and maximums. So right now, if we opened up the speech volume, like the maximum would be plus 12, the minimum negative 72. If you don't want that full range, then you're just going to come in here and bring this up a little bit, bring this down a little bit, and then as you ramp this, you're going to see this value over here when you're online ramp and go to your specific levels. So what's happening is the control code is always sending a 0 to 100% to the fader. It's then going into this scaler, and no matter what you set, just think of this as setting them as your min and max levels. That will set a min and max over here when it's all tied in. That's why we're doing that. So the next step that we need to do is, since we're going to be controlling the fader, we need to right click on it. And what we want to do is, oh no, we don't want to right click, excuse me. We want to double click. And it brings up this, and on the fader itself, you want to right click because we want to set this up to be controlled. So what we do is auto assign next unused remote control number. So now you see this is showing as 1-1. If that is not showing, you can come down here or press Alt-M to superimpose the remote control numbers on there. So that way you can quickly see. So this here is the ID code that you need to give to the programmer. You know, for speech volume, it is ID code number 1. So now when I send commands to it, I'm going to send commands to fader, to device number 1, 0 to 100%, and it's going to start working. It's going to scale this scaler, and right now nothing else will happen because we need to actually tie it into the speech volume as well. So again, we're going to double click on speech volume, go to its fader. We're going to right click on its fader here and select set up to remote control. Then we're going to come over here to control signal assignment, go down here to select. Under volume, we want the output number 1 of the speech scaler. That's it. Okay, now we see CS that it's telling us that it's going to be controlled. So when all is said and done here, control system programmer a la me will be controlling this 0 to 100%. It goes into this scaler piece here. It will come out, you know, I'm not sure exactly here what those numbers will be, but my guess is somewhere around when this goes all the way up to 100, it's probably going to put this somewhere around there. And when I put this at 0, it's probably going to put it somewhere around -60. And when you're online, you can see this all in real time. You'll see this as you move this up and down. This thing will move up and down, and that's it. So that's all you have to do there. And then what we would do is we would add another fader in and another scaler in and repeat that same exact process for the program volume. Connect these together. You know, we're going to label this program, label this the program scaler. We're going to double click on this, right click on its fader, auto assign the next unused remote control number. This is going to be number 2. That's great. That's good there. Then we're going to double click on program volume. What we want to do here is set link, because this is a dual channel. So that means when we start messing with this master, no, we don't want to do that actually. They said not to do that. We just need to use the master here. So master, right click, set up to remote control, control signal assignment, select, go under the volume, the program scaler, out 1 is going to control that, and we're done. So that's all you got to do, and you can pretty it up or whatever, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys, if you come into these again, this is how you actually set it up. And then again, if you're given the hooks to the programmer, Alt M will toggle these little numbers on and off. Alt M. So you would tell the programmer, hey, for this room, the speech is at, control ID 1, and the program is at control ID 2. And that's pretty much it. Cool.